special. I'm okay. I have a lot of stuff, I think, and then like I've been doing videos of the dances that we were doing in class and just posting them as well on Seesaw and Google. So that stuff is fine. And then I'm in Melissa Dent's 21st Century Learning Drive. So that has like an abundance of stuff, including virtual tours and everything. So I think I'm okay with content. I was just like, some of these things I was wondering, like I said, like, can I just do a link to a website, or is this always going to be a problem? Is it just a glitch today? So those types of things have kind of put my mind at ease, because I spent this whole afternoon like screencasting the videos and downloading them so that they're not internet anymore. I don't want to do that every day. It's a waste of time. So yeah, no, that was, and then also the split screen. So other than that, is there anything I should know?
Virtual teachers, anything you can share that you wish you had done maybe back in September that you wish you knew then what you know now? So Katie has a little bit of experience because she did summer learning program. So you're not completely new to this, right, Katie?
No, yeah, but summer learning program was only 2 hours.
Yeah, and much smaller groups of students as well.
5 kids.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was a lot. Like, I know when you guys say you're up till whatever planning, because I taught for 2 hours and I think I planned for 3 hours. Like, but we also had, and I think you guys do the same here, we had like a pod, and we would, in our drive, we just posted all of our stuff. And so so would do like division, someone would do fractions, and then we would just share it all. So like we got into a swing of it, but I just feel like everyone in brick and mortar schools, they're not like, they don't have a group to share with. So it's harder. And you don't know when is the end. How much do we invest in this? So
Friday is the end.
Okay.
Colette, did you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah, I'd love to have a pod to work with, but I'm the only 7-8 FI teacher, so there's nobody.
Yeah.
So it's just like brick and mortar, it's online too, because there's only one 5-6 FI teacher too.
Mm-hmm.
But my 2 pieces in talking to others around here, make sure you sign on to the Google Meet first so that you have control. And I reset it every day. And after the meet is done, I don't make it visible to the kids, so they can't go on the same meet without me. Those are my 2 tips for the intermediates anyways. Works well.
Should I share that with my colleagues? Because I know a lot of people are just using the same Google Meet.
No, I would. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I always change it every day.
Do you generate a new code every day?
Yeah.
I set my time. So my meet, like I use the same link and I keep it on my classroom because I created my own. So I always have host controls, but I set the time. You can set a time. So they can only access it in that time frame. So like when you actually create your meet, it tells you like what time during the day you want to set it for. And so it's only accessible during those times.
So sorry.
Go ahead. Yep.
Just for clarification, I thought that if you built it in, like if you created it in your calendar, you were always in control of the meet. It's only if you generate them in the Google Classroom?
Right, yeah. So in the Google Classroom, that's the only one. If you're using your classroom link, then whoever's on first has host controls. But if you generate your own, you always have host controls. So, and that's why I said when I generate my own, I just make sure I set the time. I think I have it for like 8:45 to 4 or something like that. So they can only get on it in that time.
Yeah, that's handy. I like it just from Google Classroom though. It works for me. So that if I'm the first one on, then I make it visible to the kids. Then after we're done, I shut her down.
I think it's different too as a like French teacher or prep teacher, because I have like everywhere from grade 1 to grade 8. And with my grade 1s to 4s, it's just way easier for the students if I go on to the homerooms Google Meet. And the kids are really good. Like as long as you and the teacher, the homeroom teacher, like have the same expectations and rules, I haven't had an issue with anything so far. But definitely the older ones, you want to have your own.
That's great, Vanessa. Good for you.
Yeah, I've been so far, Vanessa, I've just been logging on to the homeroom teachers Google Meets as well, because we didn't want to overload our non-virtual kids with like 100 codes. So, but I haven't had an intermediate class yet. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow.
And I think it's different too, because you're logging on and you already know your kids. Whereas like we logged on and we don't know what they look like. We don't have a rapport with them. And so like, if you see their name, you can call them out probably easier than.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point, Vanessa. Yeah. And close the chat if you have to.
Yeah.
If you close it for a week, then they'll miss it and they'll be much more responsible when you open it again.
The hell, I know everyone's Fortnite login. That's what they were having in the chat today. I was like, hello, no.
I did that before. I actually went on. They were doing an Among Us thing, so I went on there Among Us. You want to share in the chat? I'm going to play too.
I've got kids that play it during class.
Multitasking.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mine's always the last couple minutes of the day. They're like, oh, here's the, they'll have another meet set up or something. Here's this log in here. It's like, so I'll jump in.
That's hilarious.
Would any of you from the virtual school be able to talk about how you set up some of those routines initially and teaching the kids the tech tools, and how did you go about that in those early days?
Natasha's really good with breakout rooms.
Oh, the
Natasha, sorry.
Well, I have a question about the breakout rooms because I don't have the activities button on my Google Meet.
She's the expert at that.
I create my own breakout rooms. Like I have the doors kind of, and then I just attach. So I create a door. So you know how like you would create like a virtual classroom, kind of like your Bitmoji classroom.
Okay, so
and I just do little doors and I have signs on the doors and I have them for different things. And then I just link the door to a Google Meet that I created like in Calendar. And then I just share the whole slide with them. I just create it on one slide. I share the slide and then they go to the slide and they access whatever group they're in. So there's lots of different ways you can use the breakout rooms.
So you're not using the Google Meet breakout rooms.
Yeah, I'm using the Google Meet breakout room. No,
Google Meets.
No, I don't. I just create my own Google Meet code in Calendar and I attach that to the door and then I just go in. I have all of them open and I just go into them because I have there's an extension where you can mute them, because the only problem with having the different breakout rooms is you can hear them all. Mm-hmm. So if you have to have that extension where you can just mute them. So that you can't hear every Google Meet. Because if you try to talk to one Google Meet, you can't hear what's going on because you can hear everybody else. So I just have to be able to mute them, the other ones. So there's a Google.
How do you go about muting them? Because I was in a Google Meet once too, where I was in a breakout room and I kept hearing what was going on in the other room. And I was like, how does this work?
Yeah, there's a mute tab extension, works well for me. I tried, there is like a breakout room
extension, right?
Extension, but that one, it didn't work. I couldn't get it to work. And I'm pretty tech savvy, but it just didn't work right.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, the mute tab extension worked well for me, and it's just right there. It shows up on the bottom of your Meet, and you can just mute them. And then it tells you in your tabs, like your tabs open at the top, which one is actually muted and which one's not. So when someone and I just tell my kids, like, I can't hear you. So write in the chat, or if you have a question, or go back to the main Meet. So I always keep the main Meet open. And I said, or go back in the main Meet and call on me, because I'll keep my main Meet always unmuted just in case they have a question and need to get to me and I'm not in their Meet. So, But I also find too, like doing stuff on a shared slide or doing things on just through Classroom where they each have their own copy, because you can actually just go in, like I'll do like a rapid write or something, or, you know, or we'll do, I do like a math notebook in Google, like in the Classroom, and I made it out of a Google slide, and it's just nice because I can go through, like I'm watching everything that they're doing on it. So like when you go to Classroom, you open up the file, you can see live what they're doing, what they're working on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. So I have the Meet open. It's like, oh, why are you not on your slide? You know, why are you not working on this? Why are you not, you know, and you can just watch what they're doing live and help them if they need it. Then sometimes I'll just have like a second Meet open just for questions. So I'm like, I'm going to keep the main Meet quiet. If you have any questions, go over to this Meet, and I'll be in a separate Meet just for questions. And then the main Meet's just chat or quiet, like it's a quiet Meet. So, but yeah.
So you just have a ton of meets open.
Well, a lot of times I'll just have the question Meet open, but when I do I'll do like a weekly 5 with my grade 4 class. So I have like, it's pretty much like your daily 5, but they're in different breakout rooms for it and doing different things. So, and we do that each day. So that one I have like 5 meets open, but mostly it's just a question Meet that I have open. It's not so bad.
And are you prep coverage, or do you have that? You don't really have that, do you?
No, in the virtual school we don't have prep. We do all our own stuff. The only thing is core French is covered. That's it. But
Oh.
I'm doing French immersion. English to FI. So I have I have a 7-8 and a grade 4 math, science, and English for both.
I see.
Yeah.
I just had a couple things to share too that I found helpful as like not the homeroom teacher, as making sure that you do your own attendance. Like I have a copy of my class attendance. So usually I'll like do a greeting and then I play a song so I can just look at the Google Meet and see who's on and mark them off. Because especially with the older kids, I've noticed like some kids never were even coming to French class, and it kind of took me like I didn't do attendance the first week, and then it was like the end of the second week and there's kids that I'd never seen, like their names were just blank, they never came. So then that just caused like a lot of work afterwards. So I would definitely keep like your own attendance. And then one other thing I just found was the website Bamboozle. I don't know if anyone's used it before, but they have a lot of like things that are units or games that are already created. So you can divide your class into teams. I've just been using 2 teams. And like right now in my one class, we're doing body parts in French. My other class, we're doing sports and hobbies. And they already have like a bunch of games basically already made up. So you can share your screen and then the kids choose a number, you click that card number, and then there's a question behind there. And if they get it right, then their team will get however many points comes up. But that's been like everyone from grade 2 to 8 has been liking that so far. And it's nice and easy. If you, like I said, I haven't had to make my own yet. So that's always super handy. If you have like 8 or 10 minutes left, just throw that on and yeah.
I also, for like vocab, I don't know if anybody's heard of Blookit, but it's really cool. It's kind of like a Kahoot-ish quizzes. I don't know. It's like so I use it a lot for vocab. I just imported my Quizlet cards, and then there's like 6 or 8 different games that the kids can choose from, or I mean, you choose it, because they play like as a class, but it's more individual. And like the thing about Kahoot when they are playing virtually is like the questions are on one screen, and then when they're answering, they don't get the answers on their screen. So it's really hard, especially in like their second language, to like play. So with Blookit, it's all right in front of them, which has been really, they love it.
So I've been looking at that one too, but I find the games like kind of confusing.
They are. So I found it before Christmas, and we played a lot of Blookit before Christmas. But we used all of our, like, the vocab that we'd already been practicing, and there's like a solo mode that you can do. So I played all of the games myself before, so that I could like kind of explain it, and we played it like once and they got it.
Okay.
Maybe it would maybe be harder for like your younger kids.
Yeah.
But the race one is like pretty generic, and then there's more that are challenging. But
And then did they have to sign up and have their own account too?
no, so I just share the code with them, and like when you sign up the game, like, or when you start the game, you can hit copy link, so it already gives them the code. So they get there and all they have to do is put their name in, and then they choose their little like block, they call it. And then you start the game when they're all in. It's super easy. And I just like, I don't know if you use Quizlet at all, but you can import all your Quizlet cards. So I didn't have to like make my own games, which was nice.
Hey, Catherine, we're just kind of doing an informal answering questions and chatting and sharing ideas and stuff. If you have any questions, you can definitely unmute and ask, or if we can help.
That's awesome. Sorry I was late getting on.
No, it's okay. Lots of schools go until now, right? So
I got doing something. So anyway.
all good. We're still here.
We have lots of experts here with us. So ask away.
Well, I'm doing gym, and then for kindergarten, grade 1, 2, so little guys, and then I have music for the 1, 2s. So.
Were you looking for ideas?
Yeah, well, yeah, if there's ideas out there. I don't want you to repeat things you've already said, that's all.
We haven't said anything. We've just been talking based on what people are asking.
Mostly been tech stuff so far, not so much content. So yeah.
Okay, like adding links and stuff.
Yeah, you have any questions about that?
I think I had my links in. I embedded them into like a slide, like Google Slides, thinking that I just go from one to the other. I'm hoping that works. And then I know share it as a tab, not as a whole screen. Got that from yesterday.
And were the kids able to find you today for your meets?
You know what? I didn't have any today. So I'm resource. So okay. I'm 0.6 resource. So I was doing resource stuff today, and then I start tomorrow. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone here in the virtual school teach phys ed? No? Music?
I teach phys ed.
Oh, okay.
En français.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing for phys ed?
Who knows?
I did. I'm on a few Facebook groups, and I did see somebody recently shared. It's called like Netflix, and it's like a Google. I'm gonna see if I can find it, and if I can, I'll send it to Ange, and she can share that. But it's like it was like a Google Slides, a Google Slides thing. I'm gonna see if I can find it right now.
Is it in French?
I don't think it's in French.
Oh. I've learned that there aren't a lot of resources in French, but right now I'm doing Ophea, the synchronous, and they make their own and they keep a journal. It's been a lot of doing activities and journaling. But by the time they get to 7, 8, and 5, they've done a lot of yoga, so no more yoga.
Steph, do you want to talk about the Ophea, the online resource we discovered?
Okay, so
it was newish to us. But
Yeah,
they're
and
already
it
familiar
might
with
not be new to some of you.
Yeah.
The Ophea site itself has lots and lots and lots of things. The trouble is that you have to do some digging to get to some of them. So my husband, as part of, he's prep coverage provider, and he does teach some phys ed as well as all kinds of other things. But actually, I'll share the screen so you can see. Actually, let me make sure it's ready to go. 1 second.
While you do that, I have a question about like legal and liability with that. Because if I'm teaching dance or phys ed, I'm not in the room with them. Like, obviously, if I just say, you know, make sure you have space to do this, am I supposed to do anything above and beyond that? Because like I don't know if they hurt themselves. Like I mean, I'm not asking them to just flip upside down or anything like that. But you know, like you could just swing your arm out and break your finger on something. So I just didn't know if there was.
Well, I think it's easier in grade 7, 8, but we went over it like science safety. So the do's and the don'ts, like don't be jumping in your bedroom if mom and dad are working downstairs, sort of thing. Do it outside when you can, wear boots, that sort of thing. And they compiled a list of safety issues. So we spent 2 classes on that, just on safety. So that's the only thing I can think of.
I'm with Colette. I mean, I think as long as you do due diligence, Katie, like you're not going to send them out to do anything risky. You're going to set those parameters, those expectations for safe behavior. And I can't imagine beyond that how you could be responsible. I mean, a kid could fall off their chair just sitting there too, right? Like anything could happen at any point. But I think as long as you're doing your due diligence, you'll be okay.
So these were the Ophea open class videos. Unfortunately, they're not available in French, but they're really well done, and they get better as the weeks go on. So if you start at like Unit 3, Week 1, or Unit 4, and what they do is they have like she goes over what you need at the beginning of the video, and then she goes over safety concerns that you need to think about for the video. And then some of the videos are broken up into, for primary kids, this is the game you're going to play. If it's intermediate kids, this is the game you're going to play. So there is some differentiation as well. So these are really fun, and there's lots of them to choose from. And she's there with her son doing the activities at home, and it's all things that you would have at home, like paper and laundry baskets, right? Like towels, those kinds of things. And the other one.
Hold on, I'm going to just jump in there, Steph, before you move to the next one. So that's straight from YouTube, and like you said, they're just in English. But if you go to the Ophea website, all of the lessons associated with those are available in both French and English. So I can put the link there because, well, it's Ophea, right? So it's French and English. Mm-hmm. Like Steph said, it is a little hard to navigate. To go straight to YouTube is definitely the easier route. But this way you do get all like the success criteria, everything you might be looking for. I mean, probably not if we're just talking a few days, but if this does go on longer than that, you might be looking for more support than the videos themselves.
If we're looking at the 4 days, we're probably just looking at activities that the students can do for these 4 days, or but maybe like knock on wood, hopefully your classes don't get sent remote, right? For any close contact or anything. But if that does happen, it's nice to know these as well, right? So that if you're teaching from home for, some time when you're isolated. The other one that I really like is let me see if, I don't have that one open. Hold on. Oh yeah, I do.
I put the link to both the English lessons and the French lessons in the chat. So, and they're all open. Go ahead.
These are also really cute. I don't know if you've seen these brain breaks. I've seen them being used in the actual schools, but they're like the kids choose what they like, or they're UJU, and the kids choose which one they rather, and then they do the activity for that. I'll play just a little bit of this one.
It's time for a brain break, the games where we energize our body to ignite our mind. Today's game is a game of Winter Would You Rather. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more great games. In this game, you will have 10 seconds to choose between 2 options and then 20 seconds to do the matching activity. Are you ready for round 1? Here we go. Would you rather go snowshoeing or tobogganing? If you said snowshoeing, you get to do butt kicks. And if you said tobogganing,
So like the kids will be like, no, I picked this. And there's Among Us ones and there's all kinds of them, which is fun. They're short, right? They're like 5-8 minutes, but they're cute and the kids like them and it gives them an activity to get up and move around. And a lot of the teachers in the brick and mortar schools are using them in the classroom just to get kids up and moving.
Brick and mortar classes, is that what we're referred to now? That's hilarious.
If you haven't been in the virtual world, you didn't know that, but that's what we all call you now.
It sounds so antiquated. Like we're out of date. You guys are so evolved.
I found this I don't know, can I share my screen in here? I found this the Netflix thing. So, or Netflix, whatever. So I can share the link here too. But then, yeah, so it's just like a whole bunch of different, like, I mean, if it's only 4 days, then this could be good phys ed, but
so those are all clickable, Chelsea?
I believe so. So it
Wow.
says, make sure you, on the first one, click present to begin. Oh wait, now can you see this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess if you click on this, then it's all linked.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I seen it. And I seen it on, like I said, I seen it on this Facebook group that I'm on. So I made a copy of it.
So if you
so
want
I can share the link here.
You force a copy.
So yeah, maybe I should do that. Okay,
that way nobody ruins it on you.
Okay. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'll get that link.
That's great. Lots of fun things it looks like there.
It's just like you change the edit to copy, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I just like, that's maybe not a long-term phys ed, but if it ends up only being like 4 days or isolation for a couple weeks, then that could be a good option too. I just have to run. I have to pick my son up from daycare. So
thank you for joining. Any of you that need to
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
We do appreciate your expertise.
I actually had to get going as well, but thank you very, very much.
Thanks for dropping in, Katie. Don't hesitate to reach out anytime. And if we don't know the answers, we'll ask someone who does.
So who would be the best person to direct questions to?
Either Steph or I. And then if we aren't able to answer it, we'll contact someone from the virtual school who hopefully can help us out.
Okay, thanks so much.
No problem. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Chelsea.
I put another video in the link too that my husband said was pretty good. It's a family fitness video. So he said that one was pretty good too. But then, yeah, when we were talking about earlier, I don't know when you came in, Catherine, but just reminding them that they need to have space and they need to make sure that there's not stuff around them when they're like doing activities, that they have enough room to move where they are and they're not, you know, at the top of the stairs or anything.
Have we found any videos, et cetera, available in French?
I haven't seen any, and because my husband, they moved the phys ed into French for the French immersion classes. So he's not doing nearly as much phys ed. So he doesn't have any French resources. I'm sorry.
So Colette, I've got one that Angela shared with me at the beginning of the year.
Because I was just going to say, I know I've used one. Let me find it.
Yes,
go for it, Kathy.
it's called Idées pour bouger, and it's Les Cubes d'énergie. That was the one you had shared with me at the beginning. So I can send that one to you, Colette.
Oui, s'il vous plaît. Is it for primary or the older kids?
It would be for both. It's actually probably good for older kids. My kids do the movements, but you know, the older kids will appreciate it.
Yes,
Can
I
you
would
send it
love
to me
that.
too,
Thank
Kathy?
you.
I just put it
Sure.
in it's just YouTube. I just put it in the chat, guys, if you want.
Thank you.
And
Merci.
It's like Zumba. It's like a little bit of everything, Colette.
yeah,
Like
and
aerobic
actually,
type activities.
let's see, I'm going to throw one into the chat as well, because it's instead of the YouTube site, it's the Idée pour bouger cube d'énergie website.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got other things in it and links to other things in it.
Oh, that's good to know. Thanks for sharing
So
that,
there's
Kathy.
like a yoga, les pros du cardio, and a few other things in there that you can look through. So
Okay, my brain must be mush. I'm
backwards.
at the end of the day. Why can I not just copy that address?
You should be able to just click on it and it should
Uh-uh.
open up another window for you.
It's just selecting all
When you
for
click.
me.
On
Yeah.
an iPad?
No.
Oh.
And then why is, and then today I've noticed too, everything is your connection is not private. Your connection is not private.
Well, today was the day for internet issues.
The world
So I
shut down
haven't been
today.
able to bookmark anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, today I came in and my laptop that was given to me in September would not turn on. It's dead. I killed it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm using a loaner from the office today. So trying to get Google or Chrome to sync and
Oh no.
all that stuff was like, oh, please. Yeah. And one thing that was really bizarre was I've been using that breakout room extension,
Mm-hmm.
and it changed when I tried to use it today. It was giving me all new rooms. Like it wasn't giving me the rooms I had programmed into it. It was giving me all new rooms. So I had to go back and find my original list of rooms and on Seesaw from the parents and go back to that because yeah, it was
so
weird.
You had a day.
Well, it started off as a day and it got better because, you know,
well, that's good.
You got to go with the flow and roll with whatever gets thrown at you, right?
Yeah.
So Colette, I just emailed the links to you. If you're not able to click
Oh,
on
thank
them,
you.
then you'll have them for tomorrow or whenever you want them.
Thanks.
Yep.
The best way to get the links off of the chat, just to cut, like, are you supposed to just copy them? Is that the idea?
You
Copy and paste them
can,
somewhere else?
or if you just click directly on it, it should open in another window and then you'll have it there.
And you can bookmark it or
bookmark it or copy and paste into a dot, however you want to save them.
Okay.
I was having no luck, Catherine.
Let me know if it's not working and I can send you an email as well.
because technology is yeah.
I was working from home and I was trying to get 3 children to schooling plus my own. And well, my husband was here, so he was kind of flopping back and forth between them, but he has no experience, never been on any of this. So he has no idea. So I'd run up and down the stairs, but every time I went on my computer to do my work, the 4th device just crashed the internet. So as soon as I went on, then they would lose all of their classrooms. So that was fun. So I went when they were having lunch and when they were doing their Seesaw activities. And yeah, so tomorrow when I'm actually teaching live, I think I'm going to have to head to the school and wish my husband luck.
Yeah, I've been working out of LCCVI because my home internet can't do it. So.
And I came to BDHS today because I'm a Kojiko subscriber.
Ah, yes.
I am heading out though, ladies. Merci beaucoup. And Josh, I'm sorry, and Rod.
Thanks for coming, Colette.
Je m'excuse.
They're just so quiet.
Not the problem.
Take
No
care,
problem.
Colette.
Oh, bonne soirée.
And did you have any other questions you wanted to address with the group before they all leave us?
No, thank you. This is great. This is great. Hey, Steph, it's more I've seen you in the last year, eh?
Right? Like 2 days in a row.
So, but thanks for all of your help. And yeah, I don't know if you're sending an email to Colette and you could send it to me, that would be great with the links if you're doing that anyway.
I have a whole email of all the PE stuff. I can just forward it to you.
Okay, sure. That'd be great.
Because it's got more than what we talked about today, but then you can use all of it.
Okay.
You don't have any use for the French stuff, do you, Catherine?
No.
Yeah, okay. Then I won't worry about that then.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to go. Sorry to be so late, but
thanks for joining us, Kathy. We always
Thanks for being
appreciate
here.
your input.
no problem. Actually, Angela, I was at the Hillcrest meeting. They had after the first day debrief, and so I went there to sort of say, yeah, been there, done that. Here's
That's
how you
nice.
go.
That's nice for them to have that connection though with you, right? That you're
Well,
able to
that's it.
support.
So
Good.
you know, I think some of the FI schools, I don't know if they're kind of trying to figure out where they fit in with the different meets that have been set up.
Oh, okay. Well, I think
You know
for
what
the
I
most,
mean?
yeah, for the most
'Cause-
part, the grade level would make the most sense for for the FI program, because the content is the same, right? It's just delivery. But and really, our session has all just been more around the tech and that. So, and I think that's kind of been the case for all of them.
That's been the case with theirs as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So really, they could drop in anywhere.
They could. You know, I don't
hopefully
think
they'd
it
get
really.
answers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, take care.
Take care,
Thanks. See you
Kathy.
guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll take off too.
Awesome.
See you guys.
Thanks,
See ya.
Josh. You take care.
No problem. You too. Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
Anytime.